Okay. I need you to know if you see me this late at night drinking a protein shake, it means I've had a day. Hold on.
Well, it's
Oh
not
my.
late. It's only 7 o'clock.
Mm. Are you kidding me? It's only 7 o'clock. I've been going for like 13 hours.
Mhm.
I woke up at 5:38 this morning. How is it only 7 o'clock? Okay. Jeffrey, first of all, thank you for being here.
Mhm.
Currently, first of all, oh, before I even say thank you for being here, welcome back to Humanized, guys, the place where human beings do human shit. It's Blue Telusma and
Jeffrey Smith.
you're so cute. We have not done a show in 2 weeks because
Dang,
uh,
it's been longer.
really, it does feel like it's been longer, doesn't it?
Hmm.
We haven't put, actually, it's probably been 3 weeks because one of our shows was grandfathered. We had an evergreen episode. So you guys haven't heard us in 2 weeks, but we haven't been together in 3 weeks. That's damn near a month.
Hmm.
Oh my heavens. So yeah, guys, the reason why we've been gone for quite so long is because life was lifing. At first, let's talk about the stunt queen that we miss and love named Lulu. Lulu was like, "We still doing the show next week?" I said, "Yeah, friend." She's like, "Oh, I can't make it." I said, "Why, friend?" She said, "I'm going to Japan."
That was last week why we didn't film.
Yeah, yeah. Lulu pulled a Jeffrey.
She tried to get me to go with her.
What?
Only reason I didn't go is because I ended up getting booked for a job, so I couldn't take my
So
little
explain to
happy
me
ass
how
out.
Lulu ended up in Japan, since you're the one who's actually here today.
Oh, she went with Master Splinter, so
Mm-hmm.
that was a thing.
Mm-hmm. And it was right around Valentine's week too.
Hmm.
How
I
did it
think it
go
was like
from
right after, but
like
it was close. Yeah.
it was 5 minutes after? So how'd you go from having no Valentine to being in Japan with Master Splinter?
Okay, because that's what Daddy do.
Master, get you a man. Let me shut up before I share too much of her
Look.
business. Get you a Master Splinter, is what I'm
Okay.
gonna say. And let her know how she invited me. I would have still had to say no, but it would have been nice. The pictures look great. Lulu looked like she was having the time of her life. I did not see Master Splinter in most of the pictures until she posted a Valentine's Day post with his whole face.
Uh-huh.
How did you? I was very proud of her. How did you feel seeing our friend who don't never post nobody actually claim this man with a full Valentine's Day post?
It only because I had seen her post him prior to Valentine's Day stuff, so it wasn't like a thing. But I mean, of course, I'm always happy when my friends are in happy relationships.
And I mean, she made it a thing. She said to us, like, see, y'all happy?
Hmm.
Here he is. Jeffrey, how are you going to react when I post somebody?
It depends. Am I finding out that you're dating someone that way, or do I already know and then you're just like putting it publicly for the world?
What if you find out that I'm in a relationship that way?
Uh, well, first I would just think you just being funny, joking, because I'm like, ain't no way Blue would be in a serious. Because to post like that means you're in a serious relationship.
Like
And I
I'm
know,
claiming him.
I know us Taurus. There are just certain things that we can't keep to ourselves. Like when we are in love, it's
Yeah.
just gonna come out. So I would immediately think you joking and playing. And then if I found out you weren't, I'd be like, why
Bitch.
you ain't tell me?
Well, I did tell you I was dating a bunch of people. So what if I just choose one of them? So you kind of knew.
See, you playing the field right now though. Like you ain't claiming, you ain't posting none of them.
I don't know. I don't know how much I'm playing the field, friend. I think I'm doing it wrong.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like no matter what, how I try to play the field, I just always have a favorite. And I act different around the favorite, and everybody else gets kind of my ass to kiss. Like, even when I'm not monogamous, it's very clear who have you watched a reality show where it's a dating show, but you know early on who she's gonna pick because she can't help but show that she got a
Oh yeah.
favorite? I'm
Mm-hmm.
a girl.
Oh really?
Like, if I'm responding to the text of the B and C team, I'm just doing it because my friends told me I had to have a roster. I don't really like none of them. I've already
Don't
chosen.
don't put all them eggs in one basket, child. Not when
No,
you when you dating.
I got baby eggs elsewhere. I just already made my choice.
Okay.
Well, okay, since we're talking about love lives, what's happening with you, friend? Because I haven't seen you since before Valentine's Day. How was your Valentine's Day?
What did I do for Valentine's Day? I didn't do anything for Valentine's Day, literally.
Did
Nothing.
you did you work?
I didn't work. I'm trying to remember. Did I spend Valentine's Day with anybody? Oh, yes, I did. I got a very interesting proposition for Valentine's Day. I shared
You
it with
said
you.
you yeah, but you made it seem like you weren't gonna
Yeah.
go. You went?
No, I didn't go
Okay,
because then
good.
I ended up because yes, now it's all coming back. I got a very interesting proposition Valentine's Day. I did not go to that one because I then had another offer
Whoa, 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 whoa,
um,
wow.
from something that just seemed a bit more appropriate, and because I ain't gonna get into all my business right here as to what that was, but it was just more appropriate. So I went with option B.
Wait a minute. So in the past,
I had an A, B, and C. I went with option B.
so in the last 2 minutes, you went from saying you didn't do nothing for Valentine's that you could remember to remembering you had three options.
Yeah, because Valentine's Day seemed like so long ago, but then now it just all
Niggas.
came back. I would have went with option C, but they happened to have text a little too late. I had already made my decision.
Wait, you just announced that you went with your second choice because the first choice it told you too late. Are they gonna watch the show or listening?
I hope not, which is also why I'm
Oh,
like, let me not talk too much because my love life is very complicated. My love life is only for discussion offline at the
if you
moment.
spend Valentine's Day with Jeffrey Smith Jr., just know that you were the second choice, but you were the first one.
You were the second. Listen, you were the second choice, but you were the better choice. That first choice was going back to my old ways.
I read the first choice in its
You
totality.
look,
It was some, oh shit. It was some like I was like, y'all really gay men. I knew y'all were on some time. I didn't know it was that time.
it was that listen.
It was the most explicit and blunt and shameless Valentine's Day invitation I've ever seen. I was proud of you for not taking it. Didn't know you had two other choices that were going to reveal themselves in the next 10 minutes. I actually worked on my Valentine's Day. I celebrated more so leading up to it, where I went to a bunch of different events, had dinner. I did all the things in the 72 hours before Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
It felt to me that of all the people that I spent time with, none of them felt like someone who I wanted to give the wrong impression to on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not
yeah.
dealing with two gay men. I'm dealing with heteronormative relationships where if I spend Valentine's Day with you, then I'm kind of signaling that you're the fave. And none
Mm.
of them are my fave.
Yeah, well, even the one that I spent Valentine's Day with, like, oh, we was like, oh, it's Valentine's Day, but we both was like, clearly we know we ain't
Oh, you're kept it a
like,
buck.
oh yeah. It was, I mean, I am that person. Again, I love holidays, period. So yes, a holiday like Valentine's Day, sure, I want to cuddle up for the night or do whatever, but also make sure that you know this is literally just for these not even 24 hours, however many hours was left in the day when I got over there.
It was like 8 left.
Exactly. And we were on the same page. And it's like, yeah, let's have fun. Okay.
To be a queer man with no eggs. To be a
Mm.
queer man with no eggs. No, I think for me, Valentine's Day, because I ended up working that day and spending it with my class, it was great. I had like 25, 30 Valentines, and
Oh
people talked
yeah.
about and mind you, some of the people in the class were engaged and still chose to come to class instead of Valentine's Day. Because what I did for On Thy Shift was it's an 8-week course. I sent a 9-week invite so that we could vote on Valentine's Day. So that if we did it on Valentine's Day, we would end a week early. And if we didn't, we already had a buffer week built in. I was
Okay.
fully expecting for them to vote because half of them are engaged. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, y'all got partners. So I expect the engaged one was the first one to be like, nah, I'm coming. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit. But then they explained to me what we're learning is helping with our relationship. So I needed it.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah.
I feel like you would have picked that too. Like, nah, I'm trying to keep this relationship. Let's just meet. I'll cook dinner for him afterwards.
You know,
We were done.
I would have voted again if I was like in an actual relation. Again, I love
You do
holidays. I
love
love
love.
love. Because I would have been spending my whole day like prepping a meal or a surprise of some sort. So I would have definitely been on the can we cancel class vote.
I was surprised. And it's so funny because I missed you guys so much. I feel like so many interesting things have happened. We just discussed why Lulu's gone. Where's Lulu now? Because she came back from Japan and then she's gone again.
Houston. She was in Houston this past weekend, so she's en route back to LA, but she was worried that she's gonna be on the flight. I think she was trying to get in earlier, but
Yeah.
yeah, she's worried she's gonna be on the flight, so she didn't even want to be like, I'm gonna be there and then not be able to be here. So she was just
We
like,
thought you were gonna be the flight risk and it ended up being Lulu. It's never who you expect.
oh
And it's never who
no.
you I almost was a flight risk because 2 weeks ago we didn't show up because of Lulu. Then I didn't show up. The following week, well, I give a heads up because I got a phone call that I had to fly to New York last minute because my friend Bridget's podcast, See the Thing is
Mm-hmm.
ending, and she wanted me to be there for the last taping. So that was interesting. I was only in New York for 48 to 72 hours. So it cross country
That flight,
twice.
yeah.
And then three days later, I had to do it again to go to Boston check on my mom.
Yeah. I mean, had I not been doing client meal prep things today, I probably would have been on a flight because the rest of this week I am off and traveling.
I am traveling, but not off the
I'm
rest of the
traveling,
week.
but I don't know where I want to go. So I'm kind of just going random destinations. A part of me is like, I should just take myself to a beach somewhere, but And a part of me is just kind of like, it's still cold in most places. So I'm just, maybe I'll just pop in on some friends for a day or two.
It must be nice to have a buddy pass. So you could just get on planes whenever you
Not
feel
buddy
like it.
pass, companion pass.
Sorry.
Them buddy pass niggas get bumped real quick, real easy.
Okay, so what's the difference between buddy pass and companion pass?
Well, I actually ain't gonna put all that out there, child.
I'm a
Nobody.
Delta girl. Everybody
No,
knows I'm a Delta girl.
I mean, it's just the benefits. I think it's mostly like a whole status thing, the order in which you can fly and the priority of which you can fly,
So it's
whatever.
like comfort plus of the companions is the
There
companion
you go.
pass.
Because like buddy pass, and I also think you have to pay for buddy passes. I'm not sure, but I think you have to like pay a small discounted price for buddy pass. But buddy passes typically can get bumped if flights get filled up, or if like companions and employees we list for a flight, it could knock that buddy pass down real far.
So it's the first class of flying for free.
Pretty much. Especially, well, I'm a D1. So anybody that knows what that is, a D1, and you have D2s, and you have D3s, and then you
What, is this
have
Delta?
American.
American, okay. That's
Actually, I shouldn't have
hilarious.
said that. I don't want nobody knowing I fly for free, thinking I can just come see them whenever.
Oh, Jeffrey, but you
That'd be my excuse. Like, oh, these flights look real high right now.
you been
I sure would listen. Because I have a hard time telling people no.
maybe that's a good thing for you to start being like, no, friend, I don't want to see you. What's that old meme? Catch flights, not feelings.
Right.
But what if you catch flights and feelings? I think I'd be doing both.
See, I don't do long distance, so that would never happen for me. I've been in like with like but it's just the real reality to me. It's like you don't live where I live, so this is nothing more than the time that we have here.
Oh, to be not a non-ambiguously Black woman in LA. For my demographic, if I don't fly out, it might get tricky. In fact, all but one people, yeah, I've only dated one person who lives in LA since I've started back on the market, and that was probably the least promising.
Ooh.
Yeah, so if I don't do long distance, I'm not doing shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did Miami, New York, and let me shut up. Let's start talking my business. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Listen,
I mean, I'm like, we telling business.
no,
I had an interesting few weeks. No.
like what is Lulu? I feel like she would have stopped us. Like, stop talking. No, my roster is gone. I'm just not built for it. I'm just not built for it. I think of everybody that I've been on a date with, there's only one that I even really like enough to see again, to be honest. And I recognize that I was trying to keep a roster just because y'all kept telling me it was smart to have a roster, not because I actually like it. But you have to actually like them, or I don't enjoy it.
Well, but you like people.
I love people.
Sometimes it's taking away the romantic like and just being like, you know what, but I like this person so I can enjoy this time.
That makes sense if you weren't someone like me who makes everything feel intimate. So it feels like a mixed signal. If I don't like you,
that's me. They be telling me that's what I do, child.
Jeffrey, we had an intervention at brunch.
Exactly. And for me, I'm just being friendly. Y'all like, no, nigga, you being husband.
You being a husband to somebody that you have no intentions with. And I didn't want to be a Jeffrey. So I was like, no, I can't do this. Because I was like, okay, I don't really like him like that. Maybe we can be friends. And then the next night I was asking about his hopes and his dreams.
Well, that's what friends do. I ask people that all the time.
Not when people want to fuck you. That's not, no, that's a mixed
I ask them that too.
Oh, Jeffrey, this is why you are a social menace.
I like to make sure you got some drive and ambition when you leave out this door.
Those are questions you ask when you want to invest. And I was told by one of them, I was like, hey, I don't really see this going anywhere. He was like, then why we have all those conversations? Like I shared things with you. I never shared with anybody. And I was like, because I don't know how else to talk to people.
I don't understand people like that because I don't know. Again, maybe because I just like people. So I don't mind opening up to people, talking to people, telling them about me, learning about them.
But usually when you're having an intimate conversation with someone who the premise was I'm sexually attracted to you, yes, and you have an open and intimate conversation with sex on the table, that is often called courtship. So how would somebody know that it's not courtship?
That's their problem because I can be sexually attracted to you and not want to date you.
Wow, Jeffrey is a social menace.
That is not.
I for some reason thought in the 3 weeks since we talked, something had changed enough where I feel like, oh, look at you, friend, you didn't fall in love.
Listen, I am currently LA's favorite side piece.
You have slipped into side piece behavior?
I haven't. I don't know how and when it got there, but
is that a yes? A long-winded yes?
It's a very long-winded, yeah, very short-winded, yes.
Wait, do all parties know?
I don't know.
Okay, that's a no. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
Listen, I know that
I don't know means. Oh my heavens! So it's just like a mistress. Wow.
Oh. But I also know I am not trying to claim or take anybody's property.
Well, you're a mistress, of course. You're a
It's,
male mistress.
but some mistresses they be getting feelings involved and be getting attached.
Male
This is
mistress.
Blockbuster over here. It's just rented for a night or two.
There's something about the male ego, gay or straight, that when you guys are side pieces, you never want to beg to be chosen because the male ego can't take it. I've never met a male side piece who's begged to be chosen. Never.
Yeah.
I know several male side pieces. I've been on shows with. Let me shut up. I know
Okay.
several male side pieces.
Blue, we should not be on here by ourselves.
We
Where
cannot.
is somebody to stop us?
We need supervision because we have stopped ourselves from veering off the road like 50, 11 times. Speaking of people who need supervision, let's get really quick into one hot topic that has been annoying me that I wanted to talk about last week. Did you hear about what happened with J-Lo and Io?
J-Lo and Io.
So there's an actress named Io. I don't want to mispronounce her last
Oh,
name.
the bear.
From the Bear, yes. And you know, Io did a podcast, just like we're doing a podcast now, where they asked about
Yeah.
J-Lo, and she mentioned that J-Lo's talent is questionable, but she loves beautiful gowns.
But that
You
was
know,
like that was like
no,
3, 4 weeks ago.
here's the update. The update that pissed me off that I wanted to talk about. That funny enough, our friends, you know, Greg and Crystal on the Read just actually recently talked about, so it was fresh in my brain. After that came out, they went on Saturday Night Live together,
Yeah,
right?
they host. Yeah, she hosted and J-Lo performed.
But a week and a half later, as in last week, J-Lo went to Variety or the New York Times, a major publication, and shared a story about, oh, about that thing that happened. She came to me with tears in her eyes and recognized that I'm a great artist, and she apologized for being wrong about my artistry. Here's the thing, not on Black History Month did you get on Beyonce's internet and tell the whole world that the little black bitch who told the truth about me not being able to sing came to me crying, saying, Master, I'm so scared. I'm so sorry. And everybody's dragging J-Lo because they were like, you're telling that story to drag her, throw her under the bus, and flex on how you are better than what we all think. Why would you do that? Because even if that happened, why share the story? And so my question is, do you think it's in poor taste when someone is vulnerable with you to publicly out them for it and not just have the moment be between y'all?
Well, yeah, if you're doing it like that, because yeah, I knew about the podcast comment, and like I said, I watched the episode when they hosted and performed and everything, and Io also was on something shortly after where she said, she saw J Lo backstage and she did apologize and everything. So I would have expected Jennifer to just take it and be like, "Oh yeah, we passed that," and not talk about it.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. Oh, so I didn't hear that interview.
This
I
little
didn't.
black girl came to my dressing room with tears in her eyes and said, I heard you in sound check and you were so amazing. And in true Leo fashion, y'all know I love Leos and Libras, but I have to admit that they both got egos. I was like, this is purely your ego. This is not about the
Oh yeah,
apology. It was
absolutely.
so gross that it turned me off in a way. Like I say this all the time. I'm a fan of J-Lo, the persona, regardless of what I think about her singing.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a fan of anybody that can trick y'all into
Holy shit.
believing
Damn.
that she now listen, Jennifer is the queen of rom-coms. I think she's great in that lane, beautiful woman, fashions, all those things. But Jennifer Lopez ain't ever been a vocalist. And I was a fan of If You Had My Love when she came out on the
Oh, big
6th.
time, big time.
Big time fan. And we let her slide with the I'm real, the I tell them niggas mind their business.
Mm-hmm.
But Jennifer, a vocalist, you are not. And I know I see you practicing with Stevie Mackey. What up, Stevie?
What up,
But
Stevie? See, we all love
oh
Stevie.
yeah, we
Great
love
guy.
Stevie. Jennifer, you can you know how sometimes like, oh, you can sing in church.
Ooh,
Like she can do
that's all
that.
right, baby. You got it, baby. The Lord's with
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
She's not the worst singer.
She's
We've
not
heard,
tone deaf, is what you're
there we
saying.
go. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the right words. She's
She's
not
not tone deaf.
tone deaf.
Mm-hmm.
However, Jennifer, I hope that any performance I come to is pre-recorded and lip sync.
Ooh,
Let's be very clear. I'm now the dancing, you better be live for that. But
yes.
the vocals, I'm praying that they're pre-recorded.
Yeah, I will say this. J-Lo shaded Beyonce recently in a way that made me realize that she sincerely thinks that we've
What the
robbed her.
hell? Is J-Lo being taken over by AI? What's going on? Are we sure it's her?
It's her. I mean, it's the reason why Mariah still doesn't know who she is, right? This is the reason why Mariah doesn't know who she is. She recently came for Beyonce, and the shade was so evident when you watch the video. Like if I told you about it, you wouldn't think it was shade, but if you watch it, you'd be like, oh hell, this is Atlanta Housewives, right? And it's so wild to me because I can tell from what's been happening recently that she thinks that we've robbed her of her birthright as being seen as one of the great singers of our time.
we have continued to let you perform and release music and honestly and very honestly
Let. He
dance to
said
it.
let. He said
Yes.
let.
And dance to it because again, her music typically the beat, the rhythm is what get, like
Mm-hmm.
listen, Waiting for Tonight, you can play that every New Year. Every countdown for New Year's, you can play Waiting
Oh,
for Tonight.
absolutely.
I'm into
Absolutely.
it. And so like the beat and everything, it's like, okay, J-Lo, you do that, but ain't nobody in here for them vocals, girl.
And I would say Stevie is like one of the people who can work wonders. He's made her voice stronger than it's
He's
ever
made it
been.
stronger, yeah. It's definitely it.
So chef's kiss to him.
She can
The fact
breathe while singing now.
the maestro of vocals got you to mediocre karaoke.
Yes.
So I need you to
Mediocre
know
karaoke.
the maestro of vocals could only get you here. And
Yes.
so I at some point you got to just tap out. And I
Yeah.
watched the movie This Is Me Now.
Oh, how was it though? Was it cute though? I felt like it was gonna be real like J-Lo cute.
It confirmed that J-Lo thinks she's Beyonce.
Oh.
And I watched it with the vocalist. You guys know I have many friends who are singers. I'm not going to name the vocalist. I watched it with the vocalist, and she cackled and got up and said, "I can't." She said, "Bitch,
See? Well, was it better
I
than I don't know if you saw it or not. Was it better than Mia Copa?
on par." It was Mia Copa. It was the musical Mia Copa the musical.
Damn, I was thinking again because J Lo is such a rom
No,
com
it was supposed to be
queen.
drama. It was supposed to be her having a deep awakening about the metamorphosis of her love life. I think the reason it was so cringe is because she took it serious. She thought it was
Oh,
deep. You ever seen somebody who's bad and if they're on the joke, then it's funny, but if they're not, then
yeah.
suddenly it's kind of cringy.
Oh, dang, that sucks. I was looking forward to a little happy ending, happy go lucky J Lo rom com because I saw like Jennifer Lewis and all the other
It's a music
cameos and
video. It's an
everything.
hour-long music video.
Oh
So she
man.
she sings the entire album while trying to be deep about her love life being a failure. And what's very funny to me is it's stunning and it costs way too much money. The
Mm.
reason why I call it Mia Copa the musical is because it's expensive. You could tell a lot of really famous people a lot of money was spent on them, and they worked on everything but the actual talent.
Yeah, Jennifer. I mean, it's 2024, girl. You should at this point just be happy that we still want to see you.
Ooh, okay. Well, speaking of wanting to see people, and since you mentioned Mia Culpa, what did you think about the fix your face, Jeffrey? Jeffrey. For those of you who cannot see Jeffrey's face, Jeffrey, say
Don't
something.
ask me why. I have seen that thing twice.
Was there dick involved? Did somebody make you for a Netflix and chill?
That's LA's favorite side piece.
Okay, so there was dick involved. Okay, that's the only reason.
I
I was
mean, when you say that, never mind. Go ahead.
there was dick involved. So here's the thing. Mia Culpa, the one scene that we all really liked, defied the laws of pH balance and common sense.
You know what I will say though?
You cannot fuck Kelly Rowland and paint and then lay on white sheets and not give her a yeast
I
infection
know
and
that was
and
very
a laundry
interesting.
bill.
The only
So
only thing I will say that scene, like honestly, take away the
the sex
sex
scene.
of it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
take away the sex of it because everybody, oh Travante,
Oh, his
take
back was
away
strong. I love me a strong back black man. Oof.
take that animal. Oh, calm down, Blue. Calm
Sorry.
down.
I'm so sorry. I'm
You
so
talking about
sorry.
you talking about? Did you see my face, girl? You
I'm
just
so
got
sorry.
lost.
I'm so sorry.
Mama, you was over there like J Lo in the recording studio, believing everything in yourself.
That's your last time comparing me to J Lo singing talent.
but I honestly I thought that artistically, like from a directorial standpoint, that shot like the colors on their body, like that was so
It was
beautiful.
gorgeous.
I thought it was absolutely beautiful.
I will say this with my full chest: Mia Culpa would have been great on mute. If you watch the whole thing in mute with just music playing in the background, it would have been beautiful visuals. And Kelly Rowland, you could tell, really worked really hard with what she was given. Fix your face, Jeffrey. Travante, he know he fine, so I don't even know what to say
Somebody
about that.
said I saw somebody they was like, I can't believe Kelly made Beyonce sit through Mia Culpa. And somebody replied and said, well, Beyonce made her sit through
Obsessed.
Obsessed.
Mm-hmm. It was her lick back. I think Mia Culpa was her lick back to Beyonce for Obsessed.
Look, I mean, it was the movie was so
Beautiful gowns.
bad.
It was visually stunning.
Kelly Rowland, you are gorgeous.
Oh, she really is beautiful.
What's my girl name from P Valley?
Yeah.
Mississippi. I want to know her Shannon. Her real name is
Mm-hmm.
Shannon. Shannon, she did the best she could with those words on that paper.
Ooh,
Because
ooh,
Shannon
ooh.
is an actress.
She's a
She
machine.
did
She's an actress.
She did the best she could with those words on those paper. Trevante, he defined sex and did the
Oof.
best he could with those words on that paper.
Let him use you. Let him use you.
But baby, I don't know which part was the funniest. When have you seen the whole movie?
Yes, unfortunately.
Baby, that chase slash fight with the girl when she found her down at the island at the resort.
It was even
She
Tubi.
sprayed her with Windex.
It was a Tubi movie. It was the world's most expensive Tubi movie.
Or when the mama came in the kitchen and knocked her phone out of the hand and said, "Oh my God, your phone's not working anymore," and then she like stumped on it.
I have some tea about this, and this is tea that I feel comfortable sharing because Tyler Perry makes 18 movies a week.
Okay.
You know, we both have friends who are employed by Tyler Perry because you can't live in LA and not have a friend who's employed by Tyler Perry because the nigga pays well.
Okay.
Tyler, please, as much as we're talking shit, if you want somebody to be black bitch number 5, I heard you pay.
The check clears and clears on time.
The check clears early. The check clears as you're still leaving the lot. Okay.
And it's good.
Yeah. So as someone who respects the dollar bill and is a tourist and likes money, I'm never going to talk too much shit about Tyler Perry because I don't want y'all to look at me crazy when I end up in one of his films. My friend who was in one of his many films recently said after they were done filming, he flew them on their private jet to someplace and had them watch me a couple with him in the room so he could watch their reaction.
It was bad. I mean,
but imagine being an actress having to pretend that Mia Copa is good while Tyler Perry is 3 inches from you.
But here's the thing I learned, Blue.
He's trolling you to see if you get your direct deposit.
There are people I saw on the internet and even in my like bubble of friends that said they enjoyed Mia Copa. And I realized Tyler is not writing for me. He's not writing for you. But Tyler does. He has an audience that eats that bullshit up.
So does Zeus.
They and I just got somehow sucked into watching the Baddies reunion. We'll come back to that. But
hell.
Tyler has an audience that really eats it up and really enjoys it. And I just have to realize it's no point in criticizing and saying, Tyler, do better, get better, because Tyler he's not writing for me.
There's no incentive. There's no incentive.
He is literally writing for those people. Because I watched that movie because Kelly Rowland was in it.
And I literally
watched it because Kelly Rowland was in it. Tyler, he writes for his audience, and equally he knows he's going to get us because he's going to bring in the talent. He's going to bring in somebody that we want to see, and we're going to criticize it, but he don't care about that. It's just, look, y'all putting views on it, which makes the numbers go up.
I actually think he is writing for us. I think he's trolling us. After she told me that man put her in a private jet and said, watch it in front of me, he's trolling us. I think he wants us to lose our fucking minds, pointing out that the wig is crooked. I think the man is trolling us.
So then what does that mean he's saying about his actual audience that actually likes it?
I think he wants all the smoke. I think he's so rich, he's like, the ones who like it bet, the ones who don't, what's up? I think he wants all the smoke. I think he's now being a troll / provocateur. Because when you have even the people who are working for you watching that shit, you know people are working on their acting more watching your movie than being in your movie. You got to act more to pretend you like Mia Copa than to be in Mia Copa. But did he do Obsessed?
Is that his movie? No, I don't think so.
I feel like Obsessed just felt like a Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah, probably. That's probably what it is.
It felt like one. If he didn't, then it's in the wheelhouse. Speaking of Hollywood and strange bedfellows and how we are talking about how the minute we see a Kelly Rowland movie, we think about what Beyonce put her through because we assume as friends they're going to make each other watch their movies. Like, Jeffrey, if you were in a horrible Tyler Perry movie, you know I'd be at the premiere.
Oh, yeah, y'all better be. But I would tell y'all ahead of time, y'all, it ain't good.
Lying straight to my face, I would be like, Jeffrey, it was amazing. Beautiful gowns. You look so good.
You ain't got a lot of me. I know what I signed up for.
I went to, again, I won't mention names, but I went to a Tyler Perry premiere and was invited as a +1 for someone who was invited by the star. Like the person who was the main character, we sat right behind her. At some points, the movie was so bad, we all started laughing and she looked over at us and said, I'm so sorry, guys.
As long as I don't have an edible, I could contain my laughter and not hurt anybody's feelings.
How mortifying it is to be behind the lead actress and you can't help but cackle. And she turns around like, yeah, this is bad. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, so you know. Like, you know.
They be knowing.
But speaking of friendships that are interesting, did you see what Russell Simmons did recently?
So I didn't have time to like look.
I sent it to the group chat.
Yeah, I was like cooking and working at the same time.
I'll share it with the team. Basically, for those of you who didn't catch it, Russell Simmons defamed, disgraced former Uncle Rush, let's call him by his name, who's been alleged of several sexual assaults, coercion, financial abuse, and
Maybe Rush went
mental
to
abuse.
Bali and they went back.
and then run off to Bali and never came back because of the lack of extradition laws there. He has been accused by people like Drew Dixon, who I adore. Shout out to Drew. She knows I love her. And people like Morley Simmons and even his own daughter Aoki of being an abusive person. And today he posted a post of him and Usher saying, Usher is my friend. I've known him since he was a child. When I was going through it, I woke up and he was sitting by my bed checking on me. And he posted pictures of him, Usher, a little girl. I don't know if she was a Usher.
Whose girl that was. I saw that.
Yeah, that wasn't Usher's daughter. She looks very different. But it was just all these pictures showing that him and Usher are tight friends, and that despite the rampant sexual assault and rape allegations against him, that secretly, not so secretly anymore, Usher is on his side and even flew out to Bali to visit him. I immediately sent this to you and Lulu and a couple of other close friends and said, he just threw him under the bus. This is so fucking manipulative.
I was Usher, I'd have reported it spam. This is harassment.
I don't know this. Oh, nigga.
I don't know this nigga.
This is AI. That is not me. I've
That
never
is
met
not me,
Russell
shut
Simmons
up.
a day in my life. Now, so it begs the question: if your friend is going through a season of scandal and public disgrace that has cost him financially, emotionally, spiritually, some would say he's going to hell, and you quietly go to support him because you're worried about your homie, and he posted it all over the internet for millions of people, including the Shade Room in Hollywood Unlocked. Shout out to Jason and Angie. How would you feel if you were Usher today?
I'd be pissed. Like, I mean, because we're not there, we don't know if Usher said, because obviously Usher saw him with the camera, he did a selfie or whatever. So Usher knew it was a photo, but it's like, did Russell say, oh, I'm just taking this for myself?
Yeah.
Or did he just say, let me take a picture? Because if he took a picture, Usher didn't say, hey, 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 where it's going? That's on
Exactly.
Usher. Or maybe Usher is one of those that is like, I'm not going to be quiet. I'm going to stand by my friend. Like,
Usher's always quiet. So that's definitely not the one. Usher is the
yeah.
king. Everybody that Usher has ever known his entire life is going to jail. And Usher's been like, I ain't in it.
I know. I don't know why
I would
Usher
end the
would allow
friendship.
photos to be taken. Again,
I
yes,
would end the
if
friendship. I'm sorry.
I would if I told you don't post it, but again, I don't know what Usher and Russell talked about. I don't know if he gave him the A-OK.
Usher's elite. First of all, that's another thing too. He didn't post it with timestamps, and so we have to also talk about when he first ran off to Bali, there was still some plausible deniability. If I think my friend is innocent and I go to visit him, and then 30 more allegations show up, I'm like, oh, that nigga's a rapist. My bad. I'm never going to see him again. And then he waits until 5 years later to post it out of sequence. I would be mad. I would
Oh,
be
that
mad.
wasn't recent?
I don't know because there was no
Oh.
timestamps.
Oh, okay.
He said when I was going through it, which was years ago, when this was
Got
fresh
it.
enough for him to go through it, he was by my bedside. Usher wouldn't be by your bedside now. He just left the Super Bowl. So to me, I don't think it was recent. And I think it's very manipulative that right now Usher's having a resurgence. We did a whole episode called the Usher Bowl, right? And in that episode, we talked about how Usher has ebbed and flowed. And even though he's been consistent as being beloved, there was a quiet time. You even asked Jeffrey, wasn't there a couple of years where we didn't hear from him? I said, yeah, he lost his son. He was mourning the loss of his son. He had the divorce. He's now been in a new relationship. Like he went through a dark season that he pulled himself out of. And Usher himself said, Jay-Z, when he called to offer him the Super Bowl, said, it's your time because you're back on the upswing. So to wait until I'm back on the upswing to post these potentially old pictures from before I knew just how deviant you might have been, I think it's fucked up.
It might be recent because Russell probably would have posted those Super Bowl Sunday if they had been like that.
He wasted 2 weeks. Like that's still nasty. It's still
yeah. But again, I having not been there, I'm wondering if Usher was like whatever, Russ is fine.
I doubt
know,
it.
I just because also it's like I don't know. That's his friend. It's his friend.
We don't know the current status of their relationship because there's plenty niggas who could post pictures of me and them hugged up, kissed up, like I love them. Blues always have my back, XYZ, and I ain't talked to them in years.
Because it's always a discussion of, do you support your friends quietly or do you support your friend? Are you out loud with it? And
I think there are times where supporting your friends out loud could be tone deaf and insensitive.
when they're
You know
being
what I
accused of
mean?
rape.
Yes. I think
Definitely.
multiple.
Right.
If you've been accused of several sexual assaults, even if I think you're innocent, I think it'd be tone deaf for me to shake the table knowing that there's victims watching. And
Yeah.
so I honestly, when Diddy had that case, and Usher was named, and so was Meek Mill, only Meek Mill got flack, right?
Mm.
Because there was some allegations around homosexual activity. Of child, nobody. Here's the thing. I love how y'all conflate sexual assault with being gay. We don't care if Diddy was doing some freak shit with men. That's not illegal.
That's not illegal at
Sexual
all.
assault is illegal. So,
That's
and there's some folks who are more upset about the gay shit than they are about the sexual assault.
where they live at.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wow. That's true. That does matter because I honestly feel that Usher has had to deal with the Diddy of it all. He's had to deal with the Russell Simmons of it all. There's been a couple of people in the music industry who've had shady business that Usher has been adjacent to, and he's always kept himself out of the fray. And
Yeah.
so it just bothers me that I and most people with common sense believe that Uncle Rush is trying to throw him under the bus
Yeah.
while pretending to be Uncle Rush.
When ain't nobody actually even thinking about Russell.
Exactly. But we all talking about Usher. So you waited to my winning season to attach me to your nasty ass name. Friends, how many of us have them? I also saw that there was an Kelsey, Meg the Stallion's former best friend.
I said I was gonna go back and look at that. I completely forgot about it.
I saw was like the first 30 seconds because I was in the middle of doing some work. From the teaser that I saw, she was in insinuating that Meg the Stallion slept with her man from the teaser. I don't know if that actually panned out. And my first thought was, even if that was true, that doesn't justify you backing up the nigga who shot her. That's the thing I love about people like Kelsey. They come up with smear campaigns that, even if they were true, are irrelevant to what the fuck they did.
Mm.
I don't enjoy it. I will say this though. Speaking of Usher, speaking of Meg Thee Stallion, there have been several people that we've talked about just today alone who have had seasons where they've had to go away and come back, and that often happens because of scandal or burnout. So the topic that I want to talk to you today, Jeffrey, is how do you prevent burnout?
I don't think I do.
Oh
Luckily, I don't get
shit.
into much scandal.
Well, no scandal. You don't get into too much scandal, Jeffrey?
I don't get into too much scandal. I keep it real peace. That's why all parties and everybody know what the hell is going on. I keep it
Except for that,
real.
I asked you if everybody knew about you being a side piece. You said you weren't sure.
And by that, I just mean keep my name out of it.
Oh, got it. They know it's someone, just not
Keep
Jeffrey.
my name out of it. Don't catch feelings. The grass is not greener over here.
Ooh,
Let it be known.
wait, when you're a side piece, you tell them that the grass is not greener?
Yeah, it ain't my. I'm because number one, I already know you
You cheat.
potentially are cheating. I don't know you. Who say what you do to them, you ain't gonna do to me. I'm not gonna claim you when you possibly leave your other half because you think it's gonna be better over here.
Jeffrey said you're a
No,
whore.
I
I'm
am.
not gonna claim you whore.
You're a cheating whore. We're all whores, but you're
Oh,
a
you're a
cheating whore.
cheating whore. It's
There
the
we go.
worst
We're
kind of
all
whore.
whores.
Wow. How did I get in it? Hold on. Ethical sluts unite. Okay. At best, at worst, I'm an ethical slut. I am not a whore.
uh,
But yeah, no, I honestly think that cheating is one of those things where have you cheated before?
oh yes.
Oh wow, you
Oh
said it like,
yeah.
oh, often?
During one of my relationships, my second relationship, I was that guy. Yeah, it's
Oh.
one of those, 'cause I was young. I was 23, 4, 23, 24, new to LA. So it was one of those where it's like, you should never get to a relationship when you move to a major city and it's all these pretty shiny things around and you meet them every
Especially
single
LA.
day and you're
Yeah.
in the acting, modeling world. Like, why get in a relationship? But yeah, it was really, that was bad.
I've never cheated, and I think I might be the only friend I know who's never cheated. I know very few people who have never cheated. I don't
Oh,
even judge it. I just think I'm a statistical anomaly because most people have at some point cheated in their lives. But back to the topic about burnout, though, I'm recognizing that everybody I know is self-employed, got a bunch of different hustles, is living on the edge, chasing the next big opportunity or dream. And that can't help but create burnout.
oh, in that sense, yes, I've been burnt out. And this week, as of tomorrow at 3 p.m., I am not doing shit.
Really, for how long?
just till Sunday.
Oh, I mean, that's
So
still
from Tuesday,
significant.
yeah, Tuesday to Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, for the bachelorette trip, it's so funny because Richard's sister sent out the itinerary and it all looks great. And there's one day, the most expensive day, they're taking a beach excursion and going scuba diving and doing all types of stuff. And I said, well, girl, I can't swim, so I'm gonna skip that day and stay home and sleep.
Mm.
And she's like, no, you can. I was like, no, girl, it's fine. Like, I need you to understand it's not a bad thing for me. Because my first thought was, if there's something I'm not excited about and I'm technically on a tropical island, rather than spend a bunch of money to do something I'm apathetic about, you know what I am excited about? Sleeping on a
Just
tropical island,
relaxing.
relaxing and playing on my phone and sleeping in and waving goodbye to y'all from the window while y'all going on your little 8 hour excursion.
And sometimes it's just fun to hear about the excursion when y'all get back. I don't mind hearing
Yeah.
about the fun. I don't have to always be included in it. Like,
And the thing is, God bless her heart, she is so sweet. She's like, but Blue, she texted me privately out of the group chat. But Blue, if you don't come, you're gonna miss us until the afternoon. I said, I know.
tell me about it.
I want to hear the stories and look at the pictures. I want
Yeah.
to be. So, are you an activity person or are you a luxury person? Because I'm a hybrid. I'm
I'll
doing
say
all the
yeah, I'm both. I my FOMO that went out the window a long time ago because
Oh, I ain't got no FOMO.
I used to have FOMO,
I
but
have
that
JOMO. You know what JOMO is, right?
joy of missing out.
Yeah, I have a lot of JOMO. I'm like, look at
Yeah.
y'all, get
I
it.
had FOMO before the pandemic. And then when the pandemic
Uh,
came, I was kind of like, I don't really want to go out anyway. Um, so yeah, FOMO was going out the window. I definitely now I need a mix. Like I need the activity, I need the stimulation, but then I need to know I can come down to the relaxing.
yes. It's
Just
like a relationship. Give me a chance to miss you a little bit.
yeah, that's why I go into my cave and I tend to watch my house while I was by myself.
Well, I'm surprised that somebody like you then doesn't like or is not open to long distance relationships because that gives you opportunity to miss somebody and then have fun activity.
That's different. And I mean, I don't like
I don't think it's different. I think it's like you okay, I have my alone time and then I get excited about seeing you.
yeah, because you live down the street, like, but
Oh
not
shit.
across state lines, like, and I might be spontaneous and be like, let's go to dinner, or
I might be spontaneous and jumping on a Delta flight. And you're not even paying for your flight. So I have to pay for. Let me get this straight. The nigga with a companion pass won't do long distance relationship, but the girl who's paying full market value will. Oh, you a lazy
I
whore.
ain't doing it.
You're not just a whore. You're a lazy one.
I ain't doing it. I'm not doing no long. No, I'm not doing no damn long distance. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I recognize that every single one of my friends who found somebody with a damn either found them in LA back in the day before the musical chairs was over,
Mm.
or had to import somebody. Like right now, we're going to a bachelorette for Bridget, who was in LA and found the love of her life in Brooklyn, no, in Queens.
Oh shit.
So I'm going to a wedding that would not happen if she was like, I'm only dating niggas in LA. You know what I mean? And she
Yeah.
said she fell in love with him because a guy who lived down the street 5 minutes from her, wouldn't even come see her in the pandemic, but this nigga got on a flight across the country to come see her.
Yeah, I mean, it shows effort. I can understand why people appreciate that. Like, it does show effort. I just know for me, you got to be in the same city. And
If it's
if we
convenient,
in
Jeffrey's gonna leave you.
yeah, if you in LA, I live downtown. If you live in the valley, that's already pushing it. Like
You won't date somebody in the valley, Jeffrey.
oh,
Oh my heavens. Now you're
that's
just being
pushing it.
ignorant. Jeffrey, that's 45 minutes.
Okay, that's 45. That's 90 minutes round trip.
Oh my God. Okay, Jeffrey, you and Sense have parted ways.
I love my space, but I love convenience. Like I want you to be close. Because
So
yeah, I
you're
listen.
lazy twice. You're lazy when they're here and when they're not
When
here.
I am in relationship mode, relationship phase, like
Yeah.
again, I don't know what it's like to be. I've been in 3 long-term relationships. I don't know what it's like to be in only a quote unquote honeymoon phase for a short period. My entire relationships were I'm always in a honeymoon phase. Like if I'm
Me
not
too.
excited to see you,
Me too.
then we don't need to be together. Even
Again,
in
long distance extends the honeymoon.
mm-mm, no, because my excitement might take over, and I know I just said we spent 4 days together. We need to be apart, but I want to come over and cook for you. I want you to. I'm cook like I live in a perpetual honeymoon phase when I am in a relationship.
I do as well. And I think that's why your answer surprises me because I don't want to compare myself to a golden retriever. But if I really like someone, it's obvious because I am so visibly excited when I see them.
Hmm.
And so if I haven't seen you for a day or a week or a month, I'm just going to get more excited when I see you. I will say this. I would not choose a long distance relationship. But like I told you, of the 3 people that I've taken seriously since November, only one of them lived in LA and he was the least compelling. So
But y'all
if
weren't like full on dating though, right? You're just
we
like
were going on dates.
options.
Yeah, it was options, but we were going. You guys, for some reason, and I cannot keep up with this language. In my world, if you go on dates, you're dating, but apparently the kids don't say that no more.
I'm talking about that's your man.
No, your man and dating are not the same. To me, that's in a
Yeah,
relationship.
see, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, dating, that part I get what you're saying, but like if that was your man, that's when I'm like,
Mind you, if that was my man, I would move mountains to see him. So then I really wouldn't give a fuck about long distance. Offers to move over, let me through the gate. So for me,
yeah.
I'm at the point now where I meet so few people that bring me joy and or excitement organically that when I find it, I don't give a fuck where it is I'm going for it. But again, I have eggs and a time clock. And I think if I was you, I
So you
might
want
be.
babies?
I don't know, but I know that when you're dating someone, it's a conversation. Even if I don't have kids, I know I gotta have a couple of eggs to have the conversation though.
How much does it cost to freeze them?
$11,000.
Okay.
Do you
Where
have
where
$11,000?
where are we at with that? I'm like, where are we at with that?
$1,000.
Listen, I'm just trying to maintain monthly putting $200 away in my savings account,
Right. I'm just saying,
child.
if you, friend, have $11,000, then you can help me free some more eggs.
Well, listen, ching 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 goes the money tree.
Right. It comes to me. It all flows in so abundantly.
Okay, listen. That's I mean, because for me, like I know I do not want children. So I know I
I'm
don't.
open either way. I'm open either way. If my partner
Yeah,
doesn't want them, I would still love him. And if he does want them, then I have to figure out where the eggs are.
that's the thing. Yeah, I know I don't want children. However, if life fast forwards to a space of financial comfort and all these things that will allow for children to be a part of my life in a way that won't restrict my life that I kind of think
Yeah.
it will, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm scared, like I'm scared of messing a child up.
Of
I
course you're gonna
really
mess your
am.
child up. Of course you're gonna mess
Because
your kid up.
we all parents do. Like, listen,
Uh-huh.
you all mess up,
You're
but
worried
it's
about
not
how
your fault.
badly you're gonna mess them up.
How badly I'm gonna mess
Can
them
you
up.
imagine them in therapist? My daddy was a whore.
And it's that, and then it's that just thought of every time they leave the house, will they come home? And
Yeah,
that
you wouldn't
worry.
sleep. You wouldn't sleep.
I can't have that kind of. I don't want that kind of stress.
Yeah, that's true. I think you'd be a very loving father, but you'd also be batshit crazy. You'd be a
I
helicopter
would
dad.
be. Let me tell you. Oh,
I'm
I would
a helicopter
abs.
girlfriend, so I already know I'd be a helicopter dad. Like I'm the kind of person where if the waiter, perfect example, I was having dinner with someone and I really enjoy him. He's an amazing guy. And there was someone who was singing at the cafe we were having drinks at. And the guy who was singing, for some reason, I think I was accidentally flirtatious to him. I was also the only black woman in his vicinity. And I was dressed really nice. You know how they always say that if the gays or the black women like you, you must really be doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a moment. I was like, "Oh, I like your voice. You have a nice voice." And he thought I was alone. I go to sit down. My friend comes in. He and I start talking. We're having a great time. But as we're talking, I recognize the guy singing is staring at me. Hold
Blue,
on.
hang on. I'm so sorry. My stuff. I need to. I got something going on. My
Hold on,
stove
guys.
just turned
Jeffrey is
off.
burning down his
Oh,
house.
Jesus Christ.
Go turn off the stove, Jeffrey. Only at Humanized, you get to see this live riveting action of a professional chef burning down his house while recording a podcast because he forgot that he was cooking. That is
So
hilarious.
I was actually trying the double broil method or something with this candle that got fucked up, but the wax is all still
You
there.
cooking a candle while you were on camera and didn't think to turn it off?
I thought I had turned it on low, like simmer, but it was still kind of medium high-ish.
Let me find out. I'm not the only one here with ADHD on the show. But back to the story. Like I was talking to my friend when all of a sudden he's like, "Did you recognize that the songs have gotten very black?" Like it went from like Tony Bennett to like my neck, my back. It got real niggerish. Like it got real black. And I was like, "Oh no, that's just a coincidence." And I look over, and the singer is looking right at me. And
Ooh.
I was like, "Oh my god, and my friend was like, he's acting like I stole his girl." And I was like, "Oh, you're just overreacting." A seat opens up at a better table. We get up, and the singer's taking a break, and my friend walks past him, doesn't say shit. I'm about to walk past him. He does a complete 180. He's like, "Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your support." And my first thought was, you didn't just see my friend, tall ass black man who I've been talking to for the last 3 hours. You didn't want to acknowledge him. So I sat down next to my friend. I was like, "Why the fuck didn't he acknowledge you?" He was like, "Because he's being a hater." And when I tell you, my first reaction was to get up and go confront that man. Like, why are you being rude to my friend? And then when his food came out, I was like, is it good? He's like, no. And I was like, why didn't you tell me? Because I know you would have cussed out the chef. And I was like, oh my God, I'm that person. Like, if I'm with someone and I care about them, bad service around them makes me so overprotective. Imagine that with someone I gave birth to.
I just remember, I forget the name of the school. This was just recently, like last 2 to 3 years. And there was like, because the schools, they have cameras in them now. They were
Oh,
like
they
young,
do?
yeah, they were like young kids, maybe preschool, kindergarten, somewhere very young. But they were showing how basically the teachers were feeding lunch to the white students before the black students.
Are you serious?
And all I remember was thinking is, if that were my child, everybody got to die.
Yeah.
I'm going to jail.
Yeah, no,
And the
it's
one
my
thing
school
I've
now. It's
always
my
said,
school now. It's my school now.
I'm not going to jail. And I know that something like a child, my child, I would potentially go to jail over. So
Hmm.
I think the safest thing for me is to just not have them.
Yeah, because I feel like both of us, the thing that we have in common about our child rearing, and mind you, we're both Tauruses with Gemini risings, which means that we're protective. We're very territorial about people that we love, and also we want the smoke. Like we're not scared of mischief. That is a scary combination because it means that whether we get married or have kids, we're going to be proudly problematic.
Right. So I'm just trying to save everybody
Proudly
else.
problematic. In fact, that's the name of the show. Today's show's called Proudly Problematic.
I'm just trying to save everybody else. I don't have kids, so y'all don't have to worry about me going off.
Going to jail.
Like,
Because
going
I'm
to
going to
jail.
jail.
Because
Yeah, yeah.
I am going to jail. I'm going to jail.
But I feel like, Jeffrey, that if Lulu or I had kids, you'd still go to jail. I feel like
Oh
Uncle
yeah, and
Jeff.
I'm
I feel like Uncle Jeff would only be slightly less crazy than Daddy Jeff.
just a little bit less, yeah.
Slightly. There's still laws that would still have problems with it.
However, I tend to send them to me when they're like teenage age.
Oh shit,
Me and
Jeffrey,
babies. I have a 4 hour maximum
are you
babysitting.
serious?
I don't love. I ain't gonna say like.
Jeffrey, if
I
you
don't love
talk me
babies.
into having a roster and one of these niggas knock me up and you won't even babysit my kid, I'm fucking you up. Are you serious? It'll be your fault.
Is Lutasha gonna be here with me babysitting?
Wait a minute. No, she has her own day. I have to diversify so I can get as much help as possible. There's a Lulu day and a
Ooh,
Jeffrey day.
I will for something very important.
Wait,
If
wait,
it's
wait a minute. My mental health, friend.
oh
Damn.
babies.
When you tell your friends to go lay and spread it low and lay it wide, getting knocked up is an option. You're partially responsible.
I can do teenagers, things that can talk to
Jeffrey,
you,
I
and
don't need you as a teenager. At that point, I can just get a nanny.
at that point, that's when they're gonna hate you because
Oh shit.
all teenagers hate their parents because why
And you
you
gonna
tell
talk
me
shit about me to my kids? You gonna be
yeah,
like,
of course I'm gonna be on their side. But
oh.
see, I gotta be on their side so I can tell you what they doing. I gotta be on their side.
Jeffrey, you know our kids are gonna watch this archive and be like, Uncle Jeff is a snitch. I found the footage.
By that time they'll be ready to go to college and you'll know all these secrets because I done told you. But that's the trick.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
that is the
be,
trick.
I gotta be their friend so I can come back and be like, listen.
Your baby is a slut like her mom.
Okay, listen, you might want to up that birth control. I hear it's over the counter now.
Did you ever talk about sex with your parents at all? With your mom in particular, I should say. Did you ever talk to sex about her?
Didn't have that conversation. But luckily for
Mhm.
me, it's good and it's bad because honestly, I don't know what it was, but I can remember just being young and knowing I wanted to wait until I was 18.
Oh, I forgot. Me, you, and Lulu were all late bloomers. We all had sex as legal
Yeah.
adults.
And it was literally just one of those things. I don't even know where it came from. I don't know how it got into me. I just always knew I want to wait. And not that 18 is like grown, but
It's
I at
legally
least
grown.
knew, yeah, legally grown and just a little bit more responsible. And also, I just knew I was out of my mama's house.
That part.
So I knew I wanted to wait until I was 18. Now, however,
Oh.
there are some things where I'm like, I wish that I had known. Because let me tell you, the snowball effect. Jesus Christ.
Were you? Did you know that you were gay when you were a child? Like when
Yes.
under 18?
Oh,
What
yeah.
age were you?
Born?
Wait. You known since you were a baby?
Yeah. And I think that people can honestly know. It's one of those things where, when you're a kid, they want to be like, oh, it's a phase, or you don't know what you're
Right.
going through. No, it's one of those things where I have always known that man is fine.
Damn.
Like it's just always like it has. I always say the very first, like, because I love music.
Yeah, you do.
My first piece of memory of music, of song, of anything that I can recall is Hold On by In Vogue. That
Oh,
is
that's very gay.
literally the very
Yeah.
first piece of music that I ever
That's a coming
recall
out
hearing.
song. Yeah.
Yeah. And so for me, and I never, and a lot of people that also, a lot of guys specifically, I don't know if women go through it, but a lot of guys, they go through it. They go through the 5 stages of grief for being gay. They want to pray the gay away. They
Mm-hmm.
angry, they mad, they depressed. What's all of it? Depressed and all of that. I never went through none of that. The only thing I went through was waiting till I graduated to get out of this house so I can go and discover who I am and what I like and what I don't like.
Damn, that's amazing. I think the church, well, I'm pansexual, so it's like I'm the kind of queer where the norm and other stuff, right? So
Mm-hmm.
me liking the other stuff, the norm and the other stuff was something that takes time to figure out. I
Mm-hmm.
will say that my first celebrity crush was George Michael, a
Oh,
raging
gotta
a
have
raging
faith.
gay. I thought he was so pretty. And so that should have told me I might have been a little gay because George Michael, that pretty Greek motherfucker.
That's so funny.
Men who all the guys that I liked growing up later turned out to be gay, which should have told me that I was a little queer. And then I started having dreams, and I was like, told my friends, I keep having dreams that Spanish men are going down on me, and they were like, why do you think it's Spanish men? I was like, because when I look down, they have long hair,
Oh
and
wow.
they were like, honey, that's a girl. You're having dreams about girl.
I just and like I didn't grow up, growing up, I grew
I
up
was in
black.
denial, y'all. I was in denial.
Look, I grew up black in the 90s in Chicago. Like it was
Oh
you
yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
be gay. Like, so I had no gay role models, no gay friends, no gay like representation. TV, the only thing that was gay on TV was RuPaul. I knew I didn't want to
yeah,
dress in drag. That was never my
yeah.
thing. But there was nothing along the lines to be like to where I could have looked and been like, this is what I want to be or what I want to do. I have just always known and I have always just been fine with like I will figure it out when it's my turn, when it's my
When did you
time.
tell your friends though in high school? When did you tell your friends?
I ain't tell them niggas in high school.
Oh shit! Wait a
I didn't come
minute.
out until I mean, clearly the first person I had sex with knew, but and then
Yeah.
the people following that I had sex with knew, but I'll never forget the first person that I actually opened my mouth and said those words to. Her name is Marquette Sherman. Hey Marquette, I don't know if she will ever see
Not
this.
her hopeful government name. Okay, girl.
Yes, we went to high school together, and then fast forward. I didn't tell her in high school. It was fast forward. We ended up going to college together in Jackson State,
Uh-huh.
and this is when my first heartbreak came, and it was just one of those things where it's like I was prepared to learn about love, to learn about dating, to learn about sex, to learn about all this. Oh, this thing called heart. I didn't know this thing called heartbreak was
That
also
shit
a
hurt.
possibility.
Yeah, that shit hurt.
So that was the only part that really got me. I was like, what am I supposed to, I didn't know what to do with it. And it just like, it
Mm-hmm.
just sits right here in the pit of your throat. But equally,
Mm-hmm.
I'm at an all black school. I'm black. I'm not a feminine black boy. So it's not like
You're
people just
not.
know you gay. And it's like, I got nobody to talk to. The only person I can talk to is the nigga that broke my heart. So I can't talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I will never forget, I went over to Marquette and we just as usual, me going over there. And I just like, I fell into her mammy titty, like Yana would say.
Oh, you're married. Yeah, as somebody with mammy titties, I get it. Mm-hmm.
And it just all came out. It just all came out. And she was just
Oh.
just loving and support. Just I will to this day will always be appreciative of that. But I didn't actually like come out and just like sang it. I told my family when I was 30. Yeah, my
Jesus
30.
Christ, you were a grown ass fucking man.
And at that, I was
God
like, wait
damn.
a minute. And that was the thing. I was like, I'm a grown ass man. I'm paying my own bit. Ain't nobody. Huh.
How old were you when you told her?
Marquette, that was undergrad, so that was would have probably been 19.
It's so interesting because I think that story underscores the organic way that gay men and black women, gay men and women, but gay men and black women in particular, have always had this interesting alliance because they both know what it's like to be targeted for their femininity and to also have their hearts broken by men. So that there's this interesting way that gay men and black women really bond over their vulnerability while also being attacked by the world. And I feel like one of the things that's always been tricky for me is how to be there for my gay brothers while also not being the kind of black woman who forgets they're still men, right? Like I always
Mm-hmm.
say, gay men are still men. And I think on both sides, there's a pretending that that's not true. Sometimes there are gay men who be like, why can't you get undressed in front of me? You're still a man. If I don't want to get undressed in front of a man, you're still a man and I respect you enough to see that. And also there's black women sometimes who talk to gay men as if they're not men and are surprised when they can be misogynistic. And so it's a tricky but really special bond. And I
Hmm.
realized that my survival has always been tethered to gay men. That like the first group of men that ever loved on me properly were gay men.
Yeah, it's something. I'm trying to think. I don't know. My journey has been very. Oh, my journey has
Mother
been
has lived, is what
fun.
he's saying. Jeff is like,
My
I have
journey,
lived.
listen, my journey has been fun. Thank God, knock on wood. I haven't had so many of the horror stories that I hear a lot of my friends go through, be it through family or friends, through coming out and all of that, and being kicked out and put out and all this and that.
Well, you were
Like,
30, so you were a grown ass man with
right,
a
I
with
wait
rent.
again. I waited until I left home to start experimenting and doing shit. But I always say outside of, I mean, not even outside of, heartbreak is a part of life, including the heartbreaks I've gone through. My journey has been so fun because I don't know why I have cultivated such a support system around me that no matter what it is I'm going through, it's like I always have my friends, my people to rally
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
I think one of the things I do enjoy about you, and I think that we have always bonded over, is like no matter what happens, there's always a tribe waiting to love on us. And I
Hmm.
do think that I'm more cognizant of it because you be on some kumbaya. It can create envy. When people,
Really?
I see again, I know you have no idea this is happening, but when you people peep that no matter what gets thrown at you, there's always people waiting to love on you. Folks who don't have that can become very envious of it. And I just love that your friends protect you because you got some goonish ass friends. It's so funny. The reason why you get to be kumbaya and play Rose from Golden Girls is because you got a whole bunch of Dorothys and Sophias knuck if you bucking on your behalf. That's a
All of us.
luxury.
We all ready to fight. If you mess with one of us, we all ready. Look, we all on ready.
Goons on. I mean, even today when we did the live with Bridget, and I don't think did I announce it on the show. Bridget and I are doing a special Patreon podcast with this, which is going to be like a sister podcast of Humanized and See the Thing Is, since See the Thing Is no longer a show. They just ended their show, I think, 2 weeks ago. We're doing a sister podcast called Everything's Fine. And the premise is, you know that meme of the dog and the room is on fire? And the dog is sitting
Yes,
in the middle of
yes.
the
It's like
fire.
it's fine.
Everything's fine.
It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
That's our life.
Welcome to my life.
Everything is fine. The show's called Everything is Fine, right? And so the reason why I love that we're doing that show is because it speaks to the kind of real friendships that the world could be burning, but if as long as I got my tribe,
Yeah.
everything actually is fine. And while
Yeah.
we're doing the podcast, a couple of haters jumped in trying to create mess. And they were like,
Hmm.
oh, you left your show with so and so, so you could do something with Mandy, you got engaged, and you a lazy ass. Like they were coming for her. And Bridget's classy. Bridget's like, hey, it's not that kind of show. We ended amicably, blah, blah, blah. I'm the protective friend. I was like, look, who wants it? Say this shit to my, we are at, say this shit to my face, right? And the
Yeah.
beautiful thing is she gets to be classy because the people who love her and who will protect her in that way. And I've realized that all the people I love have that luxury. We can be classy because our goons who love us will always have our backs. And I'm recognizing, Jeff, not everybody has that. Not everybody.
Everybody, I did not realize that until this would rewind. Um, Probably a period through like 20, I want to say 15 through 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Like we would do these big elaborate like group trips, like specifically
Yes, they're
for
epic.
yeah, we do these group trips which turned into like these really big photo shoots, just beautiful photo shoots. They were just such an organic thing because the way they started was the person they wanted to just have this almost like time capsule of this adventure I did with my friends. They happen to be a photographer. Our another friend of the group is a stylist. So it's like, oh well, let's just let's try to put a theme together. And it wasn't so planned where it's like, oh, we're gonna do this to try to break the internet.
It was
It was
organic.
yeah, it was like we just want to have just a good memory. And it kept creating these trips. And then we started realizing other people were doing it. And people would always be like, oh my God, how do y'all try? Because we travel deep. Why is it a thumbs up on? Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We would
And
travel
every time it happens, you ask.
because I'll be looking away and then I kind of catch it out of the corner of my eye. But like we would travel and people would always be like, oh my God, I can't even get five of my friends to go. How do y'all? We travel sometimes 30, 40 deep. And the thing,
About it.
and I'm like, no, we are all real friends. Like I talk to all of these people, some like the Lutashas daily, and some like other people, I'd be like, I might talk to them monthly or, bi-weekly, but
But it's all love.
we are all in communication with each other. And it was just the most loving things. And through that, we all like, listen, we all got each other's back. I don't care what it is. I could tell you if you saying some shit, I know it's a lie about one of my friends.
Mm-hmm. And it was interesting when I met you on set for our old show. And I remember how when you had your birthday party, when you called to invite me, I was outside of the, what's that theater that was used to be next to the Amoeba music record store? The one
Are
we
you
always go
on
to
Hollywood
see,
Boulevard?
the one that we always go to see Scream, that theater.
Oh, that's not by Amoeba. Where we
Well,
go see Scream is downtown.
no, it's moved now, but it used to be right next to the movie theater because I would walk from the movie theater to the record store. What's
Well,
the
downtown is the Regal.
Regal? Okay, so yes, I was right outside of there, about to go to a matinee, and you FaceTimed me. And mind you, at this point, I don't even know you for 2 months. Mind you, I will say 2 months on set is like a year in real life
Yeah.
because you have to be connected at the hip, building chemistry for the show, right? And we were on FaceTime, and you were like, "Blue, I just want you to know I do this thing every year where I invite people, my friends that I really, really love, and we do always have a food themed whatever, whatever. And we're doing a competition, and your country is Japan. I killed it, by the way. And I remember listening to it, and you were like, and I only invite my real friends. These are my real friends. And I didn't realize what a big deal it was until I showed up, and I was like, I just got pledged into a fucking fraternity. What is it?
And that's the thing. It's like a thing because it'll be a lot of people there, but the people I asked to participate,
Yeah.
those are like y'all are like my like
And I was like, oh
these.
my God, Jeffrey loves me.
Yeah, like and that year it was 30 of y'all that part. And people really don't believe like how can you have 30 close? I'm like, I seriously have 30 people that love on me, that I love
Yeah.
on, that are genuinely there for me. Like I feel like everybody needs to have that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've
And
never been a one, love to post the what's the Drake quote? No new friends and all.
mhm.
I
Child,
love
new friends have kept me afloat. Sometimes the old niggas be the problem. Like,
okay.
I do not recommend no new friends if you plan on making
Baby, let me tell
friends.
you, it's okay to extradite the old ones
There've been so
sometimes.
many times that so-called day ones have been Judases, and somebody I've known 6 months has been the person who has showed me the grace that I've always wanted. So
Amen.
I believe in the quality of the friendship, not how long I've known you. In those 2 months, Jeffrey, you and I got closer than people I had known for years.
Yeah.
Years.
It was, I'm so glad that you came. First of all, I was glad that you didn't call me crazy and you actually did participate.
I was so taken aback, like, what am I walking into?
And that birthday was so fun. Oh my
That was
God,
a
it was
good
so
one.
fun.
That was
It was
an
a lot
excellent.
of food.
I ate like a queen.
It
I'm not
was
even gonna hold you. The soup. Shout out to Eugene who
usually, yeah.
he won that year. I won the following year. I think it was her name Sheila Marie. Who's the girl who won before?
The very wait, which one?
Because the girl who won before, she's an actress. She's really
Oh, that was
pretty.
Alicia Marie. I
Alicia
mean, not
Marie.
Jesus God, Alicia Renee. She gonna kill
Alicia
me.
Renee. So I was thinking
Alicia
about
Renee won. Her team, you know all of them. It was Alicia Renee, Brandy,
mhm.
James Bland, and my
Oh,
other friend Danielle. You didn't get to meet Danielle, but Danielle, they were all on the team because that one was like more like a chopped cooking competition.
James is shout out to sexy ass James Bland, who I feel like gets a monthly shout out on this show. At some point, we
James
have to
gets a
have
shout
him
out
on.
every damn time.
He really does. We just like James is tall and fine, y'all. We love James. His what is it? A potato salad.
That potato salad. You didn't. Oh, you weren't there for the potato salad.
Okay, I heard the story though.
Yeah, but that potato salad at that competition, it was so
Yes.
good.
And he made it again like a year later at the next competition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, James is a great cook. And it's so funny because, again, part of the reason why I've been hustling so hard is that I'm trying to get money to freeze my eggs and get us back in the studio. These are my two financial priorities aside from like basic life is freezing my eggs, taking care of my family, and getting us back in the studio.
Okay.
So, Jeffrey, if you want to do a GoFundMe, a chef's kitchen, something,
You
something,
know what? We listen, and our viewers are hearing
fundraiser.
this. Our viewers are hearing this because we are on record right now. We need a sponsor.
We
That's what
do
we
need a
need.
sponsor.
So if
We need a
any of
sponsor.
y'all are working for a brand or know a brand or somebody
Delta, please help me, Delta. I fly so
looking to
much.
put money, dollars behind a Black Rand podcast so we can get this thing live and in person, come on, email us, tweet us, DM us.
And I will say this for those who are like, Blue, you know, damn, we know that you don't even drive, you take Ubers everywhere. I spend $1,000 a month on Ubers. So, like,
Oof.
why can't you? I know, why can't you afford to do X, Y, and Z? I want to explain something to you for the fifth umpteenth time called network poverty. When you are someone of a certain age with aging parents and things that are happening, listen to what I just said just in this episode alone. I'm going to the Bahamas for a bachelorette party in 48 hours. Next month, I'm flying to Jamaica for a wedding. In 2 weeks, I'm going to New York to tape for this new show I'm doing with Bridget. I have an aging mother who's almost 80 years old and then needs medical care. I have eggs that I suddenly have to freeze now because I'm dating niggas again. Jeffrey and Lulu and I need to get into the studio, which costs almost $1,000 per episode. Like, I need you to know that just because you're not broke doesn't mean you can afford all the things life is asking of you.
And I'm just
And
over here
so,
needing new contact lenses.
you know what? Jeffrey, when we told Jeffrey we're trying to get back in the studio, he's like, "Can we afford a car service?" I also have bushy co-hosts who want me to get car service. So I need you to know it doesn't matter that I'm doing all these hustles and I'm financially successful by myself. When you love your community and you're doing things and collaborating with people that you love, it gets expensive. Being a good friend is expensive. People always talk about how dating,
And you live in Los Angeles.
and
I
I
don't
live
know
in
if people
Los
know
fucking
that.
Angeles.
It's what we pay in rent here
Is
is
double your mortgage. My rent
astounding.
is double your mortgage, guys. So I need you to understand that short of me being a millionaire, yeah, we need a sponsor.
We need a sponsor.
I think that's the note that we want to end on so that they don't forget and they could call somebody.
I know y'all know some people. Listen, sponsorship. We know some brands out there that are looking for talent.
Well, since I'm not going to be going on the swimming expedition on that Friday of the girls trip, maybe I'll use that to start looking at sponsors and grants and stuff and start doing some. Actually, let me not do that because I got actual work that's paying me that I need to be doing that day. Jeffrey, I'm so happy that we did this. I miss Lulu so much.
I know she'll be back next week.
Will she?
She will be.
Okay, allegedly.
Make sure she don't get on no.
It's 2 weeks in a row that Lulu
Airbuses.
hopped on a flight and didn't make it. So I'm getting nervous. It's going to be a pattern where it's going to be like, "Where's Lulu this week?" And we're just giving updates with a dummy picture of Lulu. We're gonna have to.
I was like one of them inflatable things with the arms going.
Oh yeah, the little thingies. I was trying to think. Maybe we should do what worked on you. Have Chitty or somebody replace her so that she could show up sick.
Yeah, she show up right. Like who?
Now hold on now. What random girl y'all got replacing me? That was so funny. For those of you who remember, Jeffrey called out sick, and when we called him with a list of people to replace him, Mama removed herself from the bed.
And I was in so much pain, but I pulled it together and set up straight for an hour and a half.
He's like, "You're going to the studio without me?" No.
Ooh, I was in so much pain.
I'm going to look at the funds, move some things around, and find a time at the end of March when I'm back. Because I'm going to be traveling for most of March. I'm not back until spring. Like right now, it's winter. It'll be legally.
Wait, so you're not here next week?
I can still do the show remotely. We're doing it from Zoom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't try to play hooky.
But I mean, no. I mean, like, what? Are you going to be on the North American continent or
Monday? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be back in America on Monday.
Okay.
Sunday night. So yes, I'll be back in. It is. So I'll be back in America on Monday doing the show remotely. But I'm back in the spring. Isn't that crazy that I left LA in the winter and I'm coming back in the spring? That makes me feel like I should pack. I haven't packed yet, by the way. I'm gonna be gone for almost a month. I haven't packed. But when I come back to LA, I want to schedule at the end of the month or top of April for us to be back in the studio.
We're gonna make it happen.
We need to make it happen. We're gonna be manifesting. Ching, ching, ching. Goes the money tree. Have you been doing the mantra that I sent you?
Debt. All debt is paid.
Really?
Listen,
you were the one fighting it. For those of you who do not know about the money mantra, I'm gonna repost it on the Blue Centric page. I'm gonna link it in this episode so you can find it. And let's say today is the 4th, the show's coming out on the 5th and the 6th, depending on if it's audio versus visual. This week, we're going to start a 21-day money challenge where we're all going to do the money challenge for at least 3 weeks. Do it for the whole month of March if you want to get extra credit.
Can you like overdo it?
No.
Okay.
You can, because here's the thing. If you do it, that means you have the bandwidth for it, right? So it's 10 minutes.
Yeah, because I'm like, I think I've surpassed 21 days.
Oh, really? Good. I mean, speaking of which, clearly it's working for him because you up here signing contracts for Walmart and doing influencer.
Okay.
Okay, how did we end? Okay, we're not in
the show. Patty.
Hey, Patty. I went on the Instagrams and Jeffrey was hopping out of bed. I don't know who was holding the camera. Jeffrey hopping out of bed and walking to his kitchen, putting out patty pies, doing Walmart ads. Jeffrey, what's going on? I felt very influencer.
Listen, Walmart, they reached out. They wanted a content creator to. I didn't know it was. They told me it's for a Black History Month. Basically, this year was a leap year, so their theme was you always have an extra day to shop Black, to buy Black.
Oh, I love that.
And so they wanted to highlight all of their Black-owned and Black-led brands at their stores. So of course they had different things like cosmetics. They had clothing. They had all kind of stuff. And for the food, they of course wanted a chef or just somebody where it would make sense you would do food. I didn't know I didn't know which product I was signing up for. I always knew it was Walmart, but I didn't know which product. And they told me it's the Patti LaBelle pass. I said,
look at God.
But then when they told me how much they paying, I said, let me go shuck and jive for these.
So what I heard, Jeffrey, is that you're going to tell Walmart that you're on a podcast. A podcast.
I have. I've told them that we have podcasts, but that ain't their world at the moment. So trust me,
We
I've
we
said
could, we
it.
could create some branding with Walmart, child. Shout out to Walmart, Target, Macy's. Well, no, Macy's going out of business. Shout out to
But yes, hopefully that was the first of many more to come, though.
look. If we're going on tour in October, so if we have what 7 months, a half a year,
I
we have
want to start the tour in May, but you know,
whose money? Who's paying for it in May?
we
Friend, go
gonna.
ahead.
I keep saying we're gonna get a sponsor by
Oh,
then. So
okay,
I keep saying
okay,
because even in
okay.
October, that ain't gonna be our money. We gonna have a sponsor.
Okay, so October the latest, we because that's the 1 year anniversary of us being a trifecta. We are going to, at the latest in October, do a live show. It's gonna be amazing. I'm excited about it. We're manifesting money, we're manifesting sponsors, we're manifesting frozen eggs, we're manifesting Jeffrey having a local partner.
No, we're not doing that. Not this year.
I
Maybe
tried to slip it.
25.
Okay, shit. We're manifesting me getting a husband. How about that? That I
Okay, there
like.
we go. We manifesting a husband. Actually, you got to be. I've learned you have to be very particular with those words because you get a husband.
I could have been had a husband. You're right. I'm gonna
Or
manifest having a good husband that I like back. He likes me and I like him back. Because
that's
for those of
important.
you who've been day ones, I've been engaged twice. I've told myself, my God, and my mama, the third engagement, I'm getting married. Whoever the third person I say yes to, I'm actually getting married this time.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying being single.
Yeah. That's fine. Please don't speak that into my life. So Jeffrey's gonna enjoy his whoredom. I'm gonna get me a good husband. Walmart, somebody, Target, somebody's gonna sponsor us. Jeffrey, thank you for doing this show. The time always flies with you.
No.
Please tell
I
Lulu to
gotta
bring her ass back though on next Monday. Stop playing with me.
go.
Japan.
Okay.
Who hits up the show and says, "Hey, by the way, producer, I can't make the show. I'm going to Japan for 2 weeks." Yeah, we're
Right.
gonna have a report from Natasha, and I'm also gonna have an update about the bachelorette party when I come back next
I
Monday.
know. I can't wait to hear both of them. So
I
now that
hope.
mean I gotta find something to do so I can match.
Oh, Jeffrey, when you say that, that makes me nervous. The origin of the century.
Let me see where I can go when I hang up this this line.
I'm not worried about you finding something to get into. Jeffrey, as always, you guys, where can you find him? Jeffrey, where can
Me
you
on everything at Jeffro5, Jefro5. Y'all can also check out Best Kept Secrets International. That's international abbreviated INTL on Instagram. Hit me up.
Oh, I hope you meant that last part because they will. Yeah, people have been. Didn't you get recognized somewhere?
I did Sunday. That was so. It was the craziest thing too.
So it
I
begins.
it was like I was literally. I had one of my frat brothers was in town, so we went out Sunday fun day or whatever, and this guy was just looking at me. And at first, it was just one of those looks where it's like, oh God, like, oh, I know you're finna try to
He
come and
want
talk
my
to me.
cookies. I know I'm pretty.
You just finna try to talk to me, but like honestly came up so nice. It was just like, you're Jeffrey, aren't you? I was like, yeah. He was like, and I feel so bad because I forgot his name.
It's okay.
But he just really like, I love you, I love Blue, I love Lutasha. Like he knew all three of us. I'm just saying he listens to the show. Like, and honestly, it made me feel just really good about what we doing. And just know again, it's only for an hour and a half, how long they listen to us, but just to know it's like a little brief time for somebody to escape and laugh. It really like it made me feel good. And I was like, I can't wait for us to get back on here and do this together.
See, and it's so funny. I tried to warn you guys that potting is interesting because you can live in LA for 10, 15, 20 years. You feel like you've seen all these people in the industry. You feel like you're above it. You feel like you're over it. It's all old to you. There's something about potting that feels very intimate. And so when people see you because they know you from a pod, they feel like they're running into a friend and not a celebrity or a public
Yes.
figure.
I had to tell him, please don't listen to anything I say. don't take any of my advice.
I remember I think it was this time last year, last May. I landed in London and my friend said, drop off your bags at the hotel and come straight to this street festival we're having. I get to the street festival. It's an all Black festival in London. I'm surrounded by all these beautiful Black Brits. I'm having the best conversation. I'm talking to my friend about what's happening in my life, X, Y, and Z. I come home, look at my phone, and there's a long DM. The girl in front of me knew me from
Oh
a pod.
yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
And so I was like, oh shit, I shared so much tea. And she's like, don't worry, I'm not gonna say none of your business. So I need you to understand that this is not just local, it's not even America. There
Yeah.
are people who are all over the world who listen to podcasts. And so I'm happy you had that first experience so you could see that this is a thing that's gonna keep happening.
It
And
was
because
so
they know your
crazy.
voice, Jeffrey, they might have known your face, but because it's potting, there are people who are gonna hear your voice and look for you.
I got told too, he was like, oh, you cute on the screen, but in person.
Oh, okay, you know what?
Okay. All right.
Jeffrey said, I cute.
We get
Jeffrey said,
free
I
VIP
cute.
tickets to the live show.
Jeffrey, you got money, you got VIP money. Okay, you know what? Let's
We
get
are getting a sponsor. It's gonna
we're getting a
happen.
sponsor. We're gonna ching 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 goes the money tree.
There you
So
go.
we've tried to end the show 5 times. You can find
No.
Jeffro at Jeffro5 and Best Kept Secret International INTL. You can find me at Blue Centric. Y'all already know what's up. And I will be linking the money mantra. Feel free to throw our name in and pray for us while you're praying for yourself.
Please do.
Okay? Because
I be thinking about my friends when I say it. I be thinking about you and Lutasha and other friends. I be thinking about when I say it because it's that one part where it's like, oh, shoot, I forget.
let's say one time, ching 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 goes the money
Goes the money
tree.
tree.
And every time a ching money comes to me, it all
flows
flows in
in so
so
abundantly
abundantly from the
from
top,
top,
left,
left,
right,
right, and up under
in front of
me.
me.
Wave,
Rain, rain,
I'm a
rain,
money
money
wave.
wave, money flow,
Money
money
flow, money flow,
flow,
money
money made,
saved. No,
saved,
money flow, money made.
made,
Flowing in
flowing
and
in
out,
and out,
plus
plus
money
money
saved.
saved, debt,
All
all
debt is
debt is
paid.
paid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I be
You
thinking
have
about
been
y'all
doing
whenever.
it.
Yeah.
Friend, I'm so proud of you. Mind you, I haven't said that mantra in a year. So the fact that I remember any of it, I'm shocked. It is 10 minutes long, guys. It's a guided meditation. I highly tell you to do it because when I did it for 21 days back in 2021, to this day, that is the most money I've made in my adult life.
The first day I did it, Walmart came calling.
Will
Emailing.
he do it? Like people think I'm joking. This money mantra fucking works. So the entire month of March, we are going to commit to doing it.
However, my only caveat with that is the money mantra works, but it comes with work.
Yes.
I just want the money to come.
No, don't be lazy, Fred. Don't ruin it. Okay, you can find me at
Ooh, child, I gotta work.
because you want the money, right? You guys, this podcast was great. We're manifesting money. We've already talked about. I really think should it be manifesting money or probably problematic? No, I want to use J-Lo's picture. We're gonna call this probably problematic. J-Lo's probably problematic.
Like
No, that's from us being as parents, though. We said that if we were parents, we would be
parents would be problematic. Yeah, I'd be very
probably
problematic.
A tourist don't give a fuck about problematic once they're a parent. Like I'm an EQ coach. This is all going out the window if you fuck with my kid.
Everybody gotta die.
Everybody gotta die. Everybody gotta die. Sorry. It is what it is. I don't make the rules. I just work here. All right. I love you, friend. I'm gonna go to sleep because I am on fumes right now. Thank you for being here tonight.
All righty. I got some cleaning to do. So
I mean, for people who work for Walmart have high demand to, produce. Look at you smiling, influencer. You're an influencer and you're getting recognized by cute boys. I'm just saying. So it's begun, friend. I hope you're ready. It's only gonna get more hectic.
I can't wait.
Jeffrey, you can't sleep with none of our fans.
No.
Jeffrey, you cannot sleep with any of our fans. If I come up to you at the club, I don't want any Humanized fans in the comment section talking about me like a bull at the Abbey. Jeffrey, look into my face.
Not in the comment section. Jesus Christ.
Because they'll give a blow by blow. I got 4 pages when they were in to me in London, friend.
Maybe by then I'll be ready to settle down.
Oh, hell no. Okay. On that note, we got to end the show. All right. Don't get no ideas, guys. Do not try to seduce Jeffrey. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.